Hi, everybody. My name is Casey Wright. I'm principal of Nordonia High School. Freshmen, welcome to Nordonia High School. I'm so excited that you're going to join this place. We love Nordonia High School, and we're thrilled that you're going to join us too here at the high school. I'm going to go over a couple things here. First things I want to talk about is, who am I? I'm the high school principal. Some of you guys, and think I forget which team it is, that my wife is on, but she was your teacher last year. And so we spent all year talking about how great you guys were. I'm so sorry that when we shut down in March, that happened. But you guys were well prepared, and you learned a ton, and you learned a ton about how to just go online. And so thank you for everything you've done, and welcome to Nordonia High School. Been here for this is my 13th year, and my team, we've been together a long time, and they're incredible people. And they're really hardworking, but they're really, really smart. And so you're going to see here today what they put together for you guys coming in. A couple people you're going to meet today. You're going to meet first my administrative team is Miss Archer, first part of the alphabet. If you're part of that first part of the alphabet, she's your responsibility. And Mr. Buckler, he has that kind of middle part of the alphabet. If you're in there, that's his responsibility. And Mr. Fox, he's our dean of students, and the end part of the alphabet, that's his responsibility. You're also going to meet our athletic director, handles everything to do with athletics, and he's great at it. So if you have a question about athletics, he's the guy to go to. And your school counselor, your best friend on this school is always going to be your school counselor. Get to know your school counselor. She's an expert at this place, and she will answer all your questions. So get to know her. All right, some things I want you to know. First, here's a good question. What is the difference between what I do and what my team does? Well, we talked about this a little bit. I am responsible for running the building, hiring teachers, responsible for observing teachers, the curriculum that goes on in the building, how that works, the overall operations that comes in this office here, in my office. My administrative team, if you're part of their alphabet, they're your responsibility, so they'll take care of you there. That's basically the difference, but I got to tell you the way we run it here at the high school, we're kind of all a team, and we do a little bit of everything. To sit here and tell you my administrative team doesn't take a really big handle in running the building, that wouldn't be true. And I can also tell you, if you're having an issue, you can come to me at any time. I'm really good at helping you through that issue. And if you're working with Miss Archer or Mr. Buckler or Mr. Fox and Mr. Eckerode, I'm probably going to be right there by their side helping you through that too. So we're a pretty good team, and we're pleased to have you here. First person I want to introduce you to, Miss Zinke. Great guidance counselor. She will take you through your first 2 years at Nordonia High School, and then she'll pass you on to that college and career counselor when you become a junior. Ms. Zinke, thanks for coming.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ms. Zinke. I'm so excited to have you this year. Like Mr. Wright said, I'll be your counselor this year and next year. So regardless if you're an option 1 or option 2 student, please email me, call me, come see me. I'm happy to help with whatever you need. On the screen here are just some different ways I can help you, the different reasons why students might come to see me. If you are in person, you can stop in during your study hall, or you can always request a meeting through email. But no matter what option you are, I am available to you and accessible. On the next slide here are your graduation requirements. So over the next couple of years, we'll be talking more in depth about these. But first is you need to earn 21 credits. So right now, with your schedules as they are, you are on track for graduation. The second step for graduation is going to be to show competency through our end of course exams. You might know these as the AIR test in the past. And then our third is to show readiness. So there's a lot of SEALs now that are going on diplomas, and we'll talk a lot more in depth about this, but that's just kind of an overview. And if you have questions about this, please feel free to reach out. I'm so excited to get to know all of you and to see you, and it's going to be an awesome year. Next up is going to be Mr. Eckenrode, our athletic director.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I am Mr. Eckenrode. As Ms. Zinke said, I'm the athletic director. I have been here at Nordonia 15 years now, so I don't know where all the time is gone. But we're excited to have another group of freshmen come into the building. A lot of you have already started with our athletic program over the summer, with everything that's up and running, and our fall sports are going. So we're excited to have you. And my big theme for you is to get involved, no matter what sport it may be, what club it may be, what band or music activity it may be. Just get involved and be active here at Nordonia High School. So that'll make your next 4 years extremely enjoyable. So one thing I did want to talk to you about is athletic eligibility. Unlike down at the middle school, when you get up there to the high school, you're required to be passing 5 credits of classes at the end of each 9-week grading period. And on top of that, you have to have at least a 1.5 GPA. Now, from what Mr. Wright tells me from his wife over at the middle school, this class isn't going to have to worry about that. From what I hear, you guys are pretty strong academically, so we're excited to have you, and we look forward to meeting each of you. Next up is Ms. Archer.
Hi, guys. I just briefly wanted to share what the difference is between the main office and the guidance office. Both of those offices are going to be places of information and resources that you hopefully will visit often. They are both located right off of the main front doors off of our lobby. And in the main office, you'll find the administrative team. So your principal, Mr. Wright, our athletic department, our athletic secretary, our bookkeeper. So if you have any fees to pay, there is a drop box off in the front lobby of the main office, as well as Ms. Strauss, who is our bookkeeper here. Our attendance secretary is located in the front office. And then there's a whole rack of really important forms, things like community service forms so that you can start logging your hours, because any of those hours that you're doing right now count. Also, bus pass forms. Those probably aren't applicable right now, but in the future they will be. In your guidance department or your guidance office, which is right across the hall, obviously you have your guidance counselors. You also have our school psychologist. We have Dr. Deb, who is amazing. And I know a lot of you already know her and love her. We have our mental health resources, calming corner, early release forms. That's where you do everything for scheduling, scholarships, and college and career planning.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mr. Buckler. I have last names J through R. I'm going to show you where to go when you come to school. So when you look at our building, it's a pretty large spanning building, and it's built like a city block. So if you kind of look, there is a pattern to our hallways. So as you come in, you'll notice that there's different sections where our subject areas are grouped in. So please take a look at that. Find the general area of where your classes might be. And then when you get to school, we'll give you a different map and you'll be able to find that classroom very easily. Parents, we want you to notice the morning drop-off and the afternoon pickup line. So morning drop-off will only happen in the back of the building, whereas when you pick a child up from school, we want you to come through the front of the building, which is noted there. One big change this year is going to be our nurse's office. Typically it was in the back of the school. Due to some new restrictions, we want to go ahead and move it to the 800 hallway. So room 801, it is near the small gym. So if you look back at the map, find the small gym and you'll be able to find the nurse's office very easily. So the nurse's office, you're going to go there for your medication pickup. If you have medication, please make sure you fill out the proper forms necessary to have that medication stored here. And if you're feeling sick, right? If you're not feeling well and you need somebody to check you out, we will send you to that area. There'll be one area for medication pickup and another area if you're not feeling so hot. There is a pass that is required to get to the nurse's office. So when you are in class and you're not feeling good, ask your teacher and they will write you a pass. If you're at lunchtime, make sure you find one of us principals. We will be down in the lunchroom and we can go ahead and sign that pass for you to get you into the nurse's office. Students that are leaving school, again, because of the change, we want to make sure we reference the small gym area. So parents, please make sure you know where that is on the side of the building. Next up, Miss Archer.
Another really wonderful resource we have is our IMC. It's called Instructional Media Center. It's a fancy word for a library, but it has so many wonderful resources, including Mrs. Wotecki. She is awesome. She will help you with anything that you need. And she also has really prided herself on making all of these resources accessible online. So even on your remote learning days, you can still access our IMC and all of those wonderful resources. We have over 20 online resources that all you need is the password NIGHTS in order to log into. She also has really diversified our library collection. There's plenty of ebooks that you can access. And she's even done some parent videos and lessons for parents navigating kind of our new technology in the educational world today. So her email is listed there on this slide. She will be a wonderful resource to you over the next 4 years.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mr. Fox, and I'm your Dean of Students. So if your last name is S through Z, then you can come to me for anything you need during a school day. We'll help you out and work you through any problems that happened in the school year. The two topics I get to talk about first is that you have your Chromebook. And here in our library, our IMC, Mr. Witchy is always there, and we have a support team. Some of it is student run, and he can go. Anything you have with your Chromebook, please see Mr. Witchy. You can always email him as well for some guidance there. And we advise you, please buy the $22 insurance for your Chromebook. It will take a lot of headaches out if something happens throughout the school year, whether your Chromebook breaks, falls, screen cracks, anything that happens. That $22 insurance fee is a very wise thing to do. So please look into that. Secondly, where do I go when I'm late to school? You cannot just go into the school building and try to get into your class. We advise you to come to the front entrance of the school and go to the main office. Mrs. Spadero or any of the secretaries will be there, and you have to check in and get a tardy pass at the front of the school building. And your parents should call if you are going to be in school anytime after 7:20. Thank you, guys. We look forward to meeting all of you.
Mrs. Spadara is also in charge of our attendance, and attendance to school is super important. It's always important, but especially this year, and especially on a hybrid schedule. We need to see you. We want to see you as much as we can. Now, that being said, we also respect the fact that if you are not feeling well or anything's wrong, we know we also need to see you at school. Or I'm sorry, you need to stay at home. As much as we want to see you at school, it's going to be really important this year for the betterment of everybody and to keep everybody safe that you do stay at home. So this year, be here when you can, communicate when you can't. And that means a parent or guardian should call into the front office and just let us know what's going on. We do have a new code this year called working from home. And so if you are supposed to be in school, but have to stay home for whatever the reason, but are well enough to access all of your work online, we can let teachers know that, to kind of expect to see you working from home with the attendance code working from home. So parents, please, when you call in, again, communication is the most important part. Call in, let us know if you're not going to be here. Our teachers have been working really, really hard to make learning accessible, whether you're here in the classroom or you're at home. So communicate with us, let us know what that looks like, and let us know if you'll be working from home. Now, it seems kind of funny with everything going on that addressing the dress code would be something that we have to do, but this is part of our school culture and part of our freshman orientation. The biggest thing for this year is do wear a face mask. Face masks are required in the building anytime you are inside, except for in the cafeteria when you're sitting down at your table to eat. So please make sure you have your face masks ready to go. You'll see on this screen, there's also some other do's and don'ts. And what I'll tell you is the last thing we want to do is address a shirt or a pair of shorts or a hat that has an inappropriate logo on it. That's not our main purpose here. Our purpose here at this school is student achievement. But we do need to follow some guidelines, and those are listed here as well as in the handbook. The other thing we want you to do is stay informed and know what's going on. We want you to be part of our school community and for you to feel like this is your home. So these are the ways in which we communicate. The most important thing you can do is figure out how to log into your student Google Gmail account and upload that to your phone. All of us have our emails directly on our phone. We highly encourage our students to do the same. We, this year more than any other year, will be using our student Gmail accounts to push out lots of information. Your teachers will also be using email to communicate with you. We send out every Monday a This Week at NHS. It's basically all the morning announcements in one email so that you know what's going on around the building, when our athletic teams are playing, when concerts, all of the fun stuff, when all of that's deadlines. So make sure you have your emails ready to go. We will also have, there's morning announcements, bulletin boards, a Nordonia High School Facebook page. You could follow us all on Twitter. Each guidance counselor, so your Miss Zinke has a class of 2024 Google Classroom and a Remind set up for you that you're definitely going to want to join. And then you guys also have a class sponsor, and you will elect class officers, and you guys will do some fun things as a class. And so you're going to want to, everybody should join that class of 2024 sponsor page so that you can stay up to date with the social aspect of high school.
All right, so moving into a new building, to a new setting, you're going to have to find yourself some version of a support team. So at some point in your high school career, there's going to be conflict between somebody. You might have an issue with something, whether it be a class. But let's start with the first one. I have an issue with a friend. Who do you go to in a building where you don't know many people? And we want to start by, you met Ms. Zinke earlier today. She is kind of that starting point that you would need to go to if you're having some issues. Another person you can go to in the building is any of your teachers on your schedule, or if you know another adult in the building that can help you, and then definitely your unit principal. All of us will work together to try to create a plan to figure out what's causing the drama and try to eliminate that drama and de-escalate that situation so you can get back to achieving in your classes. So this group of people that you're going to see in a couple scenarios here, we're going to call them your support team, and we'll reference that anytime you come talk to us about drama with a friend or a class. So again, if you're having an issue in any of your classes, start with that teacher. Reach out to that teacher, email that teacher, have a conversation about what's going on. And if that's not giving you the answer you want, get to your school counselor and we can process things with them. And we can then move on to your principal if needed to get some answers as to what's going on, to create a plan to make you successful in that class. And the last scenario I have for you is you're going to feel overwhelmed at some point this year. And what do you do? So please, again, reach out to that support team, get some guidance from that teacher about some things that you can do, maybe improve on, some areas to work on, or areas that you're stronger in that you need to focus on. Get to that school counselor, reference some things that's going on. You can vent to that person, and then get to your unit principal, and they can support you through whatever else is going on, whether it be in your life, at school, or even on social media. Next up is Mr. Wright.
All right, guys, we know that's a lot of things that are happening for you right now. And let me talk to you about what should be your next steps. First of all, listen, guys, you should relax a little bit. We know things are kind of crazy right now, and we know things are kind of spinning. That's normal. I'll be honest with you, just entering high school, that is totally normal. Entering high school through a pandemic, really everybody's in that circumstance. First thing, you're going to get your schedule. It's going to be updated probably today. If you're watching this on Monday, you have the ability to get that schedule. What you should know is, listen, the first time when you walk through our building, it will seem confusing. After that, give it a day or two. You will know where everything is. I promise you will be smart enough after a day or two to give your own tour. So Mr. Buckler is absolutely correct. Once you've been through our building once, everything has a reason why it exists there. All right, so here's what you should do your first 9 weeks. Here's what I think, and I have a 9th grader, so this is what I tell her. One is make connections. Communication is key as you go older, even when you get up to my age. So make connections with those people that are important. Mr. Buckler told you some of those people. You're going to have some of those people yourself. 2, create routines. No, hey, listen, here's what I'm going to do. Here's where I'm doing my homework. Here's the clubs I want to get into. Here's the time I'm going to wake up in the morning. Like, create those routines and stick to those routines, especially on those hybrid days. When you're not with us, you should still have that same routine. Get up in the morning. Join those class meetings if you have them. Start working on those classes right away. Jump on those office hours if you have. Email your teachers if you have a question. The days that you're not walking through our building, you should be just engaged in your instruction. 2, Mr. Eckenrode talked about this, and I think this is really, really important. Get involved. Most of you guys are already in a sport. Some of you guys are already in the band, or you're going to join the choir. But there's so many clubs and opportunities at Nordonia High School. Some of those are going to be virtual this year. Some will be in person. I think you should take an opportunity to join one of those clubs. You will not regret it. The rest of your time in your life, you may not have the opportunity to jump some of those clubs that you get to see at Nordonia High School. And then when things go wrong, reach out for help. come talk to us. And I don't care which one you pick, whoever you feel comfortable with. Sit down, talk to us. We've done this for year after year after year, and we're really, really successful. 100% of our students have graduated for the last 5 years, and almost all of those guys go on to college. Last year's graduating class had over $8 million in scholarships on their way to that college. Really, Nordonia High School is really, really successful, and we know you will be too. So what should you focus on during high school? First thing, stay disciplined. Here's the difference between high school and everything else. Grades count at the high school. The grade that you get in a course at the end of that year will be on your transcript, and colleges will look on that transcript when they're going to admit you to college. They will look at your 9th grade year. Now, I know parents, and I'm a parent too, and we get all excited about one test or one quiz or one homework assignment. The only thing that goes on that report card is the final grade for that course. But understand this, if you really struggle in your first quarter, it's harder and harder to pull that grade back up to where you want to get in the second and third and fourth quarter. So start strong. And if you got a good routine and you're really strong academically, you can carry that through. Create positive habits. One of the best things you can do is you know what's healthy and what's not healthy. You know what's going to help you achieve at high levels and what's not going to help you achieve at high levels. It's time to start making those decisions for yourself. 15 years old and you're entering high school. Not quite a 17, 18-year-old, but still you're not in middle school anymore. So it's time to start taking ownership of those decisions you're making. And what would I tell you? Think positively and make positive decisions, and great things will happen to you. If you choose to make a wrong decision, we understand that, and we will help you overcome that. And naturally, people make wrong decisions. But I would ask you to really think through those things. Actually, I want to go back here. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can't do that. 1 second, guys. All right, I want to go back. All right. Sorry, I missed this one, but I want to go back because it's just important. Is this next one, and I didn't want to skip this slide, so I really took the time to go back. Is this one that Mr. Buckler talked about, being able to advocate for yourself. Mr. Buckler said, if you're having an issue, talk to that teacher. Here's what I would tell you. If you do not understand something or something is confusing, a simple conversation with your teacher, a simple email with your teacher. Miss Archer told you we're really going to focus on email this year. It's a really great habit to get into. If you're struggling, shoot them an email. They will get back to you, and they will know you're struggling with that issue. That's why I want to go back to this one. Advocate for yourself. Know yourself really well and reach out when you need help. I did not want this slide to go away without really talking about that. And then the last one, I tell my daughter all the time, surround yourself by good people. You are who you hang out with, so make sure you're hanging out with good people. The last slide is what next. All right, so you sat through this orientation. You got a chance to listen to us and see the plan we put together. Things that you should know. First, most of you have already signed up for a building walkthrough in a face-to-face orientation or just welcome. So thank you. We look forward to seeing you, and we'll take you through that school. There's 2 days you can do that. It's the 1st and the 2nd, so please take the time to do that. Understand your schedule. We'll help you interpret your schedule and find your classes. Make sure you know what your first period class is. And then be ready on that first day you're in school. Some of you guys will see you face-to-face on that first day of school, September 8th. The rest of you is not a day off. You should still actively be involved in school. Get your email up and running. Check our website, and we will give you directions on how, if you haven't set up your email in middle school, how to set up your email. You'll get an email from your teachers. Read that email. Your parents will also get an email. Read that email, and it will give you directions on, one, how to set up your Google Classroom. We want to make sure you do that, and how to stay connected in your classroom. Please do that on that first day. The first day we don't see you is still a first day of school, and we want to keep you actively involved. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. We look so forward to seeing you face-to-face. We know you're going to be successful. We know we have a plan set up that's going to really set you on a course to achieving great things. Good luck, best of luck, and get to know us. We want to get to know you.
Good job, team.